guys, it's me, and today I thought I would do a get ready with me video. I have you at a very weird angle because, as you guys know, I share this office with my husband. His computer stuff's all back there. So all of my equipment, everything is kind of back here, and this is like the best angle I can get for lighting. You know, mom life struggles. There's not a whole lot of space for my beauty stuff, but I make do with what I have. I thought I would just do a get ready with me because a lot of you guys have been asking, you know, what my everyday look has been, so yeah. So starting off, I'm going to use my Strivectin SD Advanced Intensive Concentrate for wrinkles and stretch marks stuff. I don't know, it's just a moisturizer that's supposed to help with like wrinkles and all this other junk and whatever. I really like it. It doesn't make my face overly greasy at all, and I feel like it's been working. I mean, I don't feel like I've been developing any new wrinkles. I always have a problem. I always feel like I'm really like forceful with my face, which I know I need to be gentler. I know I need to be gentler with my face. I just am like, ugh. Next, moving on to primer, I'm gonna use my Makeup Forever Step 1 Skin Equalizer. So I'm gonna put this on my nose and kind of out where I would get greasy. Rub it on my chin, and then take the rest and rub that up here on my forehead area, my T-zone. Here, you're getting a good view of my nose. I always do the booger check before I make my videos. Like, I'm always like, is there anything up my nose? Sometimes I forget. So if you ever see a booger, I apologize. Next, moving on to my foundation, I use my Bare Minerals Complexion Rescue Tinted Moisturizing Gel. This is in the color Tan. I feel like I'm almost getting too light for this. I feel like I should probably go with a different color soon, but I've been so lazy and wanting to just like not. This still works for me. This still works for me. I can still, yeah, this still works. Take my beauty blender. This is already damp. I'm gonna wipe off the excess on my hand and just kind of push that in under my face. I should probably mention that literally all I'm doing today is taking my kids to the doctor. And it's like the middle of the day. Like, I just dropped my daughter off at preschool, and this is when I would normally get ready if I have anything to do in the evening, which again, all I'm doing is taking my son and my daughter to the doctor's office for appointments. Yeah, exciting stuff, right? And usually I wouldn't even get ready, but I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go in there and actually look like I have my shit together for once. So next, moving on to concealer, I'm gonna use my NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer in Custard. I've really been liking this if you saw my October favorites. It's not as like full coverage as I would like for my under eye circles, but I kind of feel like I like that though for more everyday, just because it doesn't look so done up. And I'm just gonna pat that in with my beauty blender. I'm gonna use this Laura Mercier translucent powder. This stuff is almost gone. I did order during the VIB Rouge sale, which it should get here today. I ordered the Kat Von D translucent powder, or whatever it's called. I really liked it, and I liked that it was a little bit brighter than the Laura Mercier powder. I will say that I really do like this powder though. Like, I have no issues with this powder. I just wanted to try something new because I usually get really stuck in my ways. And I think the Kat Von D powder was maybe even $3 cheaper for the same amount. So I'm gonna put this down my nose too. And then I also put it, like, I bake anywhere where I would have oil buildup. So on my chin, even though I didn't put any concealer there, and on my forehead. Then moving on to eyebrows, I'm gonna use my Anastasia Dip Brow, and this is in dark brown. And then also my angled eyeliner brush. This is a small angled brush, and this is by e.l.f. Cosmetics. This thing is like $1, I think, at Target. I hate doing my eyebrows, so don't judge me on how I do them. I know everybody does them differently, but this is just how I do mine. The tough thing is not overdoing them. That's my problem, is I kind of sit here and I overanalyze them. When honestly, it's just like, who cares? I don't know. And so now I'm gonna dot my NARS concealer underneath my eyebrow bone, or my eyebrow. I'm gonna take another angled brush. This is by Sigma. This is the 561, whatever that means. And I am just going to kind of highlight and also just clean up the bottoms of my eyebrows. And then we want them to look like sisters, not twins. You know what they say? I don't know what they say. So moving on to my eyeshadow. I don't really know. I always do the same thing with my eyes. And I seem to be using the same palettes over and over again. Oh, that one's pretty. Maybe I'll use this one. This is my Lorac Pro To Go palette. Look at how much I love this palette. I've used it maybe twice. So taking a flat brush, I'm gonna take this color Shell right here. It's just like a light pinky kind of nude color, and I'm gonna lay that down as my base. Then I'm gonna take Cafe right here with a Morphe M433 brush. This is just kind of like a, what do you call these things? A domed shade brush, I don't know. It's identical to the MAC 117s. And I'm gonna take this and I'm just gonna put it on the outside corners of my eyes. I have no clue what I'm doing or where I'm going with this, but we'll see. Ooh, I like this color. How come I don't use this more often? See, this is my problem. I get stuck in my ways with the palette and then I don't use other palettes because of that. Then moving on, I'm gonna take this mink color right here. It's like a dark, ooh, that's real dark. And another one, this is actually a MAC 217. Did I say 117 earlier? I meant 217. Same exact brush, just by a different company, and probably like 4 or 5 times more expensive. It's ridiculous. I really don't suggest getting it. Like, you get the Morphe. They're exactly the same brush. And I'm just gonna tap that in. I'm gonna tap off excess stuff so I don't have too much packed in there. I'm gonna go back over, but this time stay lower to the lid and just kind of shade it in, just to kind of deepen the outside corners. I'm gonna go back with that other brush, dip it in the Cafe again, and then just kind of buff everything out, make sure everything looks nice and is smooth. Moving on, I'm gonna take that same flat shader brush that I used before, and I'm gonna take Pearl, and I'm just gonna dip my brush in here, and I'm gonna go into the inner corners of my eye. Ooh, that is bright. Maybe I should have used Shell again. And then I'm gonna go back in with my MAC 217 again, back into the mink because, yeah, and then I'm gonna go back over. And then we need to take a highlighter. I always have to highlight underneath my brow bone. So I'm gonna take this flat angled brush right here. These are by e.l.f. All these flat brushes, I love them. They're by e.l.f. They're like $1 or $2.50 at Target. And I'm gonna use MAC's rice paper. Is that what this is? Rice paper to highlight. This is like my go-to. And I'm just gonna highlight underneath my brow bone. And that totally just accentuated a little zit I have on my eyebrow. Weird. Next, moving on to eyeliner. I'm gonna take my Kat Von D tattoo liner in Trooper. Oh, I hate shaking my arms in front of the camera, especially when I don't have long sleeve shirts on. Like, I can feel it jiggling. I can feel all that jiggling. And I'm just gonna go ahead and do my eyeliner. Ugh, I hate doing my eyeliner. And then taking a big fluffy brush, I'm gonna use this flower brush. This thing, I really like this brush. This is the F01 brush by Drew Barrymore's flower line, whatever it's called. I think it's sold at Walmart. And I'm gonna sweep off all of the excess powder. And I waited to do that until last because I do sometimes tend to get fallout from eyeshadow, especially the black eyeshadow that I use on my eyeliner, and this way it sweeps away easily instead of messing up my concealer under my eye. And then taking a very affordable Real Techniques big fluffy brush, I'm gonna use this and my Too Faced Chocolate Soleil bronzer. This is like a medium dark bronzer, and I'm gonna contour / bronze my face. I just go down underneath like my cheekbone, and then I kind of in a swirling motion bring it down as well. Just to kind of like, I don't know. I like everything to just, I don't know. I do tend to overdo it with bronzer though. I'm not gonna lie. I'm the first one who will admit that I overdo it with bronzer. Like, it most definitely does not look natural. But I don't really care because that's how I like it. My temple, my forehead. And then after that, I'm gonna take this little flat Ofra brush. This is, I don't know, it just says Professional Makeup 20. I don't really know what kind of brush this is. It's just like a flat, big one. You could use this probably for cream contour. I just tap it in here and I use it to contour my nose. People have commented that I have a very symmetrical face, which I guess symmetry is like how you're, like, scientifically, symmetry is like what makes up a beautiful face. And I'm not saying like, oh my god, my face is beautiful. But honestly, I like the way my face looks, so I'm not gonna lie about that. But people have commented and said that I have a symmetrical face, and actually it's funny because my husband actually said that to me. You guys know he's really geeky, and he's like, that's one of the reasons why I like you or whatever. So I didn't really understand the compliment at the time, but now I guess I do. But people have commented about that, and I actually don't. Like, if you look right here, this nostril is not only smaller than this one, now you're gonna be staring at it, but it also is like tinier right here. So it's actually very asymmetrical, my nose is. I didn't really notice it until I started making videos and I had to like stare at my face and edit videos for hours on end. So I guess YouTube's kind of not so great in that department because you start noticing all these like, not flaws, but all these things that you didn't notice before. It doesn't really bother me, but I do think it's funny. And I've tried to like different ways of contouring my nose to make it look less like that. But then I realized, like, I don't really care. So that's done. I'm going to take my blush. I'm going to use MAC's Eternal Sun. This is, like, my favorite, like, blush right now. I can't get over how much I love this blush. And another Real Techniques brush. This is my favorite blush brush. They have one that is, like, I don't know, like, more, like, dewdroppy. That's not the right word. More oval. This one's more of, like, a flat dome. I like the flat dome shape better. So I'm going to put that in there. And I also overdo it when it comes to blush. I know that. And then taking a fan brush, I'm actually going to use this new highlighter I bought. It's by Bobbi Brown. Look at how pretty it is. It is really pretty though. This is in Pink Glow and it is just like, wow, so pretty. I haven't 100% decided if I'm going to keep it. Yeah, I have. I'm going to keep it because I do like it. It's very pretty. But I don't think it lasts as long as my other highlighters, but I do like it. So where do I ever really go long enough where I'm concerned about how long my makeup's staying on though? I act like I have a social life, but really I'm like out a few hours at a time with my friends and then I come home and wash my face and put my sweatpants on and stuff my face with Oreos. So I guess I don't really care with how long it lasts. And then I put it down my nose. And maybe a little bit above my lip because that's what I've seen other people do. Moving on to mascara, I'm going to use my Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara. This is my favorite. Oh, there's a ladybug in my office. What do you call those ladybugs that aren't really ladybugs? They're like orange. They're like the ugly version of ladybugs. They're like the like invasive species of ladybugs. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I live in the Midwest and like I remember one summer like people were spotting all these orange beetles and they're like, they're not ladybugs. They're like weird thingies that aren't supposed to be here. Yeah, that's what's in my office right now. Oh no. Got a little mascara on my cheek. I'm trying to pop it out. Now that that's done, I'm going to take Americano, which is this dark color right here, and my little Makeup Geek pencil brush thingy, and I'm going to underline my lower lash line with it. So I'm going to take this Pixie like little lower lash stuff that I am obsessed with. Oh my gosh, guys, this stuff is so amazing. And I'm going to just put it on my lower lashes. Stuff, guys, is amazing. Go get it. It's at Target. It's amazing. Oh my damn. This like little mascara smudge is gonna drive me nuts. You can't see it. Can you see it? I can see it. I don't think I'm gonna put falsies on because I'm literally just going to a doctor's appointment, but I'm gonna put some lip stuff on. This is the Too Faced Matte Sellout. People were asking me the other day what I was wearing on my lips. It would be this stuff. It is really drying, however, so I think I'm gonna put a lip gloss or whatever over it. But I really like this color. This is the first nude matte color that I've been able to find that doesn't make my teeth look yellow. I work really hard to keep white teeth, so I don't want my lipstick making my, my teeth look yellow. I'm going to layer on top of it this Aveda Nourishment Rehydrating Lip Glaze. This is in the color Pink Lupine. Much better. Much better. While I was putting my lip stuff on, I found some mustache hairs that do not belong on my face. I'm going to take my Urban Decay De-Slick Makeup Setting Spray. This is the oil control one. So here is like better lighting or more even lighting and what my hair and makeup look like. But yeah. There you have it, guys. There is my get ready with me. This is basically how I do my makeup every single time I get ready, minus like color changes. Sometimes I use a different shadow or a blush or a lipstick, but the techniques are always the same. I will leave all the links to the products underneath this video in the info box, and then if you have any specific questions, you can always leave those in the comments area. I'm always happy to answer your questions. You guys know that. If you like videos like this, make sure to give this video a thumbs up. Subscribe if you want to see more. I do upload new videos every 2 to 3 times a week. They're always about something different because that's just my life. But yeah, subscribe if you want to see more, and as always, thank you for watching, and I hope you guys have a great day, and I will see you guys all in my next video. Bye.